I overheard my wife planning to meet her married ex on our honeymoon, so I cancelled her ticket and left her stranded after 3 weeks of marriage. Hey Reddit. So, I'm in a bit of a pickle and could use some advice, or maybe I've already made my mind up. You see, my wife, let's call her Anna, and I tied the knot 3 weeks ago after dating for a couple of years. The wedding was nice and not too over the top. We mostly footed the bill, but having both our families and friends there made it special. Anna was really set on having a dream honeymoon. She spent months showing me pictures of this beautiful place with crystal blue waters and those fancy huts that sit right over the water. It was pricey, but I wanted to make her happy, so I booked us a 10-day stay for her dream getaway. Fast forward to 2 days ago, we flew out there, super long flight, by the way, and arrived at this picture-perfect hotel. No surprises, Anna was over the moon, snapping pictures left and right, saying, "This is perfect, thank you." Her happiness was contagious, so I was thrilled too. Yesterday was our first full day at the resort. After breakfast, we hit the beach, went swimming, and soaked in the scenery. But by the afternoon, I felt wiped out, probably jet lag and too much sun, so I told Anna I was going to grab some water and headache meds. Anna was already deep into her phone, ready to call her best friend, let's call her Lisa, to rave about the place. She just said okay, sure, barely glancing up. Our hut was pretty spacious, with a bedroom at the back and a living area at the front overlooking the ocean. I thought there might be some water or even a small first aid kit near the minibar by the entrance. Luckily, I found water and remembered I'd packed some headache pills in my carry-on, which was near the door. After taking the pill and drinking a bottle of water, I felt a bit better. As I headed back with plans to lie down, I noticed Anna was on the balcony, phone in hand, talking to Lisa. The balcony doors were cracked open for the sea breeze. She didn't hear me come back into the room. I'm always pretty quiet. I was about to announce my presence when I caught a change in her tone. It wasn't just her regular chat, it was more animated, and then I caught something that stopped me in my tracks. Anna's words were, "Oh my God, Lisa, I can't wait, it's all working out perfectly." Lisa must have asked what she meant, because Anna mentioned Noah. Now, Noah is her high school ex. I knew they were social media friends, but I didn't think much of it, especially since she'd mentioned he was married. But Anna kept talking, all excited about how Noah might join her in a city near our honeymoon spot, not on the island, but nearby or further away on our way home. She giggled, saying she'd been chatting with him for 6 months, yeah, 6 months, even before our wedding. Anna went on about how Noah's unhappy in his marriage and how she's the only one who gets him. She even told Lisa, he has no idea, referring to me, and how she could cover her tracks by saying she'd visit a cousin, as if I wouldn't mind. She gushed about their history, about first loves, about how Noah made her feel that spark again. Listening to her, it was clear she was more excited about this secret rendezvous than our actual honeymoon. My headache melted away, replaced by a chill in my chest. When Anna finished her call, she swung back into the room smiling, asking if I felt any better. I couldn't respond right away, her words were still echoing in my head. "My headache is gone," is all I managed to say. She shrugged it off, went for a shower, singing as the water ran. Meanwhile, I sat and thought, it was tough to process. 6 months of lies and deceit hit me hard. When she came out, fresh and relaxed, I stood up and started packing. She asked what I was doing. I told her, I'm going home. Her smile vanished, and she looked confused, asking if I was sick or if something happened. "No, I'm not sick," I said, calmly putting my clothes into the suitcase. She got worried and a bit frustrated, telling me to stop joking around. But I wasn't. "I caught your chat with Lisa," I said. Her eyes went wide, and she froze for a moment before finally asking, "What did you hear?" I just replied, "Everything." She immediately started denying it, going on about how Noah was just an old friend and that she and Lisa were just joking around with some girl talk. But I told her straight up, "You said he was unhappy in his marriage, that he made you feel something, and that I was predictable. You even had a plan to lie to me." She got mad, her face turning red, and accused me of eavesdropping, calling it a huge invasion of privacy. I just said, "You were planning to cheat on me during our honeymoon. You married me under false pretenses. It's over." She started yelling, calling me crazy, insecure, and controlling, saying I was ruining everything, including her dream trip. While she was losing it, I packed my bag, making sure I had my passport, wallet, and phone. She blocked the door, insisting I couldn't leave her there. I just moved her aside, and when she tried to grab my arm, I shook her off and headed straight to the resort's front desk. The staff looked shocked when I said I needed to check out and asked if there was a problem. I just said, "Yeah, a big one, paid for the one night we'd stayed, and didn't care about the money I'd lose for the rest of the trip. I arranged for a boat to take me to the main island for a flight home. While waiting for the boat, I did two things. I called the airline to change my flight for that night and canceled her return ticket, which I'd booked on my miles and credit card. Then I called her parents. Her mom answered, and I calmly explained the situation. I told her, Anna was planning to meet up with her married high school sweetheart, Noah. She's been in touch with him for months, and I overheard her entire convo with Lisa about it. I'm leaving her at the resort. Her mom was silent at first, then started crying, saying there must be some mistake. I told her there was no mistake and that she'd need to help Anna figure out how to get back. I then hung up, got on the boat, and headed to the airport. Now, I'm back home, and my phone hasn't stopped ringing, calls and texts from Anna, her family, and friends. At first, Anna's messages were confused, then angry, calling me names and accusing me of abandoning her. She was furious I canceled her ticket and embarrassed her by telling her parents. I'm sitting here feeling a mix of numbness and certainty that what I did was right. She was going to cheat on me, and our whole relationship feels like it was built on lies. It's been 4 days since I posted about this. Thanks for all the comments. Most of you said I wasn't at fault. Some suggested I could have handled it differently, but I stand by my decision. The jet lag's tough, but not as tough as this mess. Anna's messages were frantic at first, demanding I fix things and insisting she'd never have actually met up with Noah. My phone's finally quieting down a bit, but she keeps trying to contact me, saying she's out of cash and needs help to get home. I haven't responded to any of her calls or texts. What's the point? If you haven't yet, please subscribe. And hit the notification bell to stay updated with more crazy real-life stories happening around you. So, here's the scoop. On the first day, Anna's mom must have called me like 20 times, and her dad called about 10 times. I only picked up once from her dad on the second day. I could tell he was worn out. He asked, "Son, what's all this about?" Apparently, Anna was a wreck, saying something like, "You ditched her over a misunderstanding." I told him I explained to his wife what I overheard. Anna had been on a call with Lisa, chatting about meeting up with Noah. She'd been talking to him for 6 months, and, get this, he's married. She had this whole plan to lie to me and go see him after our honeymoon. I was dead sure about what I heard, and I told him as much. Her dad just sighed and said, "Noah? Her old boyfriend?" I thought that was long overdue, so I said, "Apparently not." He asked if I was certain, and I told him I was 100% sure. I even rattled off some of the stuff Anna said during her call, like how Noah made her feel a spark and that she deserved happiness. Her dad went quiet for a bit and then said, "Leaving her stranded was harsh." I replied, "Finding out that your wife of 3 weeks is planning to cheat on your honeymoon is harsh. Discovering she was chatting with this guy for months before our wedding is harsh." Her dad didn't have much to say after that. He just mentioned they were trying to sort out how to get her back home and sounded embarrassed. Meanwhile, Anna's mom was blowing up my phone with angry texts, saying I should have talked to them first and that I'd shamed their family. She insisted Anna would never do such a thing. I didn't bother replying to those. Then there's Lisa, Anna's best friend. She DM'd me on social media, telling me to call Anna and talk it out, saying Anna made a mistake and I'm an ass for bailing like that. I blocked Lisa. If she knew about the plan, she definitely wasn't my friend. On my end, once I got back, I called a lawyer first thing Monday morning. The lawyer said I could get an annulment or divorce due to fraud, and he asked if I wanted to work things out. I said, "No way." He started the paperwork. I also changed the locks at my house, 'cause Anna had a key, though she never actually moved in. She still had her old place and was supposed to move in officially next month after our honeymoon, but that's off the table now. I also went to our bank. We had a joint account for wedding gifts, which had about $3,000 in it. I took my half and left the rest for her, then closed our joint credit card. My lawyer was cool with all that. I started writing down everything I remembered from Anna's call, since I didn't have any recordings. My lawyer said that my notes could help later on. Anna's sister, who was much more level-headed, just wanted to make sure Anna was okay before her parents organized her trip back. Turns out, it was super expensive to get a flight from where we had been. Anna was supposed to be back in a day or two. Her sister told me Anna was a mess, not eating or anything, just crying and yelling. Anna keeps insisting I misheard, and she's saying I'm blowing everything up for no reason. No sign of her owning up to anything, though. I haven't heard anything about Noah or his wife. I thought about tipping off his wife but held off because my lawyer said it could look bad if the divorce gets ugly. His advice was to keep everything clean on my end, and I've been doing just that. I've been feeling kind of numb about the whole thing. Sometimes angry, Sometimes I feel like an idiot for not noticing anything off. I thought she was genuinely happy and excited about the wedding and our future. My phone's been quieter since I blocked Anna's number after a few too many angry voicemails. I'll keep in touch with her parents and sister for getting her stuff out of my place, but that's it. Just waiting on the divorce papers now. Here's what's happened since my last update. Anna got back about 5 days later, courtesy of her parents who paid for her flight. Word is, the trip back was rough, with multiple layovers and all. When she got back, things got quiet for a few days while she stayed at her parents' place. Then, my lawyer had the divorce papers sent to her parents' address. 3 days ago, Anna and her mom showed up at my house. Anna was mad, yelling, "How could you do this to me? Ruin our marriage? Humiliate me?" She tried to barge in, but I wouldn't let her pass the door. I just said, "Anna, there's nothing to talk about. You got served, it's over." Her mom tried to calm things down, asking if we could talk it over. But I stood my ground, saying, "No chance, I've got nothing to say about her plans to cheat on me. I'm done talking. I just want to get the divorce sorted out." So, there I was, and Anna suddenly burst into tears, saying I twisted everything. "Noah is just a friend," she kept insisting. "I was just excited to see an old buddy. Why are you so jealous and insecure?" she accused. I reminded her, "You told Lisa you've been chatting with him for 6 months. You said he's unhappy with his wife and gives you a spark. You even planned to lie to see him. That doesn't sound like just a friend." Then she screamed, "You're making stuff up to make me look bad," and tried to slap me. I moved back and she stumbled past me, landing in the hallway. Her mom gasped. I had to be firm and warned Anna, "If you touch me, I'm calling the cops." Anna turned around, furious and yelling, "You ruined my life, my dream honeymoon, everything. My parents are embarrassed because of your lies." Her mom tried to calm her down, putting an arm around her, but Anna pushed her away, still fuming that I'm a cruel man. Then she grabbed a small vase and smashed it on the floor. I'd had enough. I pulled out my phone and told her I was calling the police. As soon as I mentioned the cops, Anna's attitude shifted. She seemed a bit panicked. Her mom pleaded, "Please, don't. We're leaving now." She dragged Anna out, who was still mumbling about how I'd pay and that she did nothing wrong. Before leaving, her mom looked back at me, saying, "She's really upset, not herself. This whole thing is a shock." I just replied, "She made her choices." Once they left, I took a deep breath, feeling a bit shaky from the adrenaline, but I didn't call the police. Instead, I took photos of the broken vase and wrote down exactly what went down, just like my lawyer recommended. An hour later, Anna's dad called to apologize for her behavior in the vase incident. He explained that Anna was really upset and not thinking straight, but also mentioned that she refuses to sign the divorce papers, claiming I have no grounds. I told him, "I have grounds. She committed fraud by marrying me while having an emotional affair and planning a physical one." He just sighed, acknowledging what a mess it was. Now, about Noah and his wife. Initially, my lawyer advised against contacting her, but since Anna planned to fight the divorce and deny everything, my lawyer later said it might help if Noah's wife knew the truth. So, I anonymously mailed her the facts, hoping it might corroborate my case if Noah confesses. I knew Anna might use this to say I'm being spiteful, but I accepted that risk. I'm trying to move on, work, and see friends. It's hard, and I'm not sleeping well. Every phone ring feels like more drama. My lawyer explained that if Anna doesn't sign, it'll just take longer, possibly ending in court. Given her behavior, I believe she'll make it difficult. She's not the person I thought I married. Her entitlement and lack of apology or self-reflection are shocking. She really believes she's the victim here. This isn't getting easier, just messier. Anna didn't just refuse the papers, she got a lawyer and is contesting the divorce, claiming my reasons are bogus. Her lawyer's counter-demands are outrageous. She wants significant spousal support for a marriage that barely lasted 3 weeks, claiming emotional distress and public humiliation. She also says she quit her part-time job for our marriage, which is affecting her earnings now. And on top of that, she wants half of everything, including half the value of my assets. It's crazy. So, here's the deal. I used to own this house for 5 years before I even met Anna, and now she's trying to claim half of it, along with half of my mostly premarital savings and half the wedding gifts, even the ones from my side. She's also saying I stole $1,500 from our joint gift account, which is just crazy. Plus, she's asking for compensation for our botched honeymoon, her emergency flight home, her legal fees, and she insists on a formal apology for supposedly wrecking her reputation. My lawyer's been pretty clear, saying these demands are mostly outrageous and just meant to pressure me. But fighting them means more time, money, and stress. Anna's been on a mission to make me look like the bad guy to anyone who will listen, including our mutual friends. Some reached out, confused, because Anna's been telling them I suddenly lost it on our honeymoon, became paranoid and controlling, and even left her stranded by canceling her ticket. She claims I made up the whole story about Noah to justify being abusive. Some friends are buying into her story or at least staying neutral, which hurts, but others know me well and are sticking by my side. It's causing some serious tension, though. On social media, she's been vague, posting stuff about surviving betrayal and escaping a toxic marriage without naming me, while her friends, including Lisa, shower her with support. It's honestly nauseating. Dealing with her family is a mixed bag. Her dad kind of gets it but is stuck in the middle, once calling me stressed and asking if we could handle this quietly. I told him she needs to come clean and sign the divorce papers without all these ridiculous demands. Her mom, on the other hand, is fully on her side, believing I'm the villain who tricked her sweet daughter. Her sister talks to me occasionally, mostly just frustrated with Anna's dramatics and refusal to face reality, telling me Anna has emotional meltdowns almost daily, blaming everyone but herself. And the harassment hasn't stopped, it's just changed form. I keep getting unknown calls that I don't answer, and I'm pretty sure it's her. She popped up at my office 2 weeks ago, causing a scene that was a whole new level of embarrassing. Security had to escort her out while she was yelling stuff about me trying to ruin her. HR got involved, and my lawyer sent her lawyer a cease and desist letter to stop contacting me at work. Then last week, she showed up at my house, screamed at me, and threw a milkshake at me from her car. I called the cops for that one since I got her license plate. On the Noah front, I heard from Anna's sister that my anonymous letter to Noah's wife got there, and things blew up. Noah denied it but eventually spilled the beans, and now they're having serious issues. Anna's furious because her plan to run off with her married high school sweetheart is toast. She blames me for ruining her life, but the lack of self-awareness is mind-boggling. It's always someone else's fault, especially mine. My lawyer is pushing for a court date because mediation seems useless with someone acting this irrationally. We're gathering our financial disclosures and arguments against her demands. He's optimistic about the spousal support situation since we had a short marriage and given her actions, but dividing assets can always be tricky. He thinks her erratic behavior will actually work in my favor by showing her instability. This whole situation is draining. There are no good days, just less terrible ones. I just want this nightmare to end and get her out of my life. I've accepted there's no easy way out of this mess. I've changed my phone number and am thinking of moving once the divorce is over. I just want some peace. I'll probably update next when something big happens with the court or, knowing Anna, another crazy incident goes down. Writing this all out helps to remind myself I'm not the crazy one here.